So I'm going to give you 5 exercises, 5 movements that you can do during your days off when you're not either working with us, strength training, even running, anything, because these movements are going to really translate into how well you move in your other activities. So we're going to first start with a basic rocking pattern. What I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to start in a bent-legged sit. My knee angle and my hip angle do not change, and all you're going to do is you're going to round out that back, and you're going to bring yourself back and rock it right back into that same sat position. Be really mindful now of how that spine interacts with the ground. You don't want to flatten out your back, so you don't want to come down and thud. You want to maintain that nice rocking pattern. If you do struggle with this, you're free to put your hands underneath your legs for a little assistance up, but try not to push off the ground with your elbows. Best keeping the hands off of the legs, and give me that rock back and forward, and that's going to really help with spinal mobilization, core stability. If that rocking pattern is pretty easy and you can take 10, 15 of those and make them look and sound good, so you don't want to hear any thudding and you want no flat tires, no flat backs. If you can do that, then you're ready for the next progression, which will be a rotational rock. So again, you're going to start in the same sat position with the bent leg. You're going to go ahead and bring yourself back. You're going to pivot off of the one shoulder. I'm going to take it on my right shoulder as I move my hips to the left side. You want to look at not letting the feet touch the ground as you do this. Once you make 1 360 one way, go ahead and bring it back the other way. Again, no sounds. This should be done really quiet, so you don't want to hear any thuds as you move around. So 360 one way, 360 the other way. If you feel like you want to go farther, go ahead and take it farther. One other progression out of the rock pattern is we'll rock into what we call a lateral half kneeling. So you're going to rock back, and as you come up, tuck one leg in and roll up. So great movement here. Great hip opener, great calf, soleus stretch right down here. A lot of things happening here. Go ahead and sit back down, take that rock to the other side. And again, you want to stay low. You don't want to be coming up high. Stay low, lunge forward, front foot stays flat. Again, great stretch down the back of this lower leg. Great hip opener on the other side. So, taking that, you could take it to 5 each side, 6 each side, wherever you feel comfortable with that. So that'll be the first movement, is that rocking pattern. You can rock, you can do a rotational rock, you can do a rock to a lateral half kneeling, whatever your little heart desires. The next movement I'm going to take you into is going to be an inchworm to a Spiderman position at the end. So you're going to start standing. You're going to bring both hands flat. It's okay to bend those knees as long as those hands get flat. Slowly, lots of little steps. You're going to walk it out. Let those hips follow. Bring it out. And you're going to kick up the one leg. Now right here, my hands are a little too far. I want to make sure those hands are in line with the foot. Back leg is lengthened. Get as stretched out as you can through the torso, taking that back heel to the wall behind you. Inside hand is going to reach high to the ceiling. Pushing that ground down, I'm reaching those fingers to the ceiling above. Bring it back. Go ahead and bring that leg back. Picking up those hands all the time, no sliding. You could stay crouched or you could rise back up, but you could go ahead and you're going to take it out to the other leg now. Small steps, body starts to follow. Kick up that leg, making sure those hands are in line with those feet, that foot I should say. Long as your back leg, and up goes your arm. Back down. So when you make that up position with your arm, it's not just a tap and a go, come back down. Really enjoy that sensation. Really push that ground down as you reach those fingers tall. Bringing it back down and taking it back here. So inchworm to Spiderman. The next movement that you can do within your movement circuit is what we like to call a cyclone get up. You're going to start in a cross-legged position. Whatever shin is underneath that leg, you're going to move to that side. So you're going to spin, hips stay low to the ground. You're going to spin into that 180 position. Heels are up off the ground. From here, rising up nice and tall. Go ahead and pull yourself back down. Heels rise up again off the ground, so you're in a deep knee bend. From here, you're going to swivel right back into that sat position. Everything needs to be done controlled, so you might want to take this step by step. Try not to spin and stand at the same time. Spin first, then stand. Bring it down first, and then spin back into that sat position. Doing so many reps on one side and then taking it to the other side. So again, I would take it to my right side. For a more advanced version of this, you don't have to take the hands over to the side. You're free to come up without using your hands. So up nice and tall, and then coming right back down. No hands, and what this exercise does require though is a soft landing. So if you struggle, if you're coming down hard and you can't maintain that, then you might want to just do the assistance, weaning yourself off. So maybe initially you're using both hands, maybe you get to the point where you just use one hand. And again, if you're doing it without hands, do so many on one side, and go ahead and take it to the other side. So another exercise to include into your movement circuit is an alternating side sit. You're going to start in what we already call a side sit position. You're going to have one leg out in front, other leg is behind this foot, not on top of this foot. So there's a little separation here, but not too much. You're going to round out your back, rolling on your hips, bringing those knees together and close to you. Once you get to the other side of that side sit, nice and tall, okay? And if you're having struggles, if you're having problems transitioning, feel free to use your hands, but try to keep those knees moving in the same direction. Now, if you're over here and you can't sit up straight, and you're really relying on this outside hand to keep you propped up, it's okay. What we need you to do is, we want you to be as tall as you can using that hand. Try to sit into this position. Relax. Now again, movement, it's not just always about movement. It's about how to hold yourself in a certain position. So we want you to think about breathing here. If you're really struggling, and even if you're not struggling, it's still a good idea. Inhale through the nose. Try to draw in a good 3 seconds through the nose. You're going to feel that abdomen expand. As you exhale through the nose, try to push yourself up a little bit higher every exhale. So you're going to take that big inhale, and every time you exhale through the nose, get yourself taller and taller, okay? Spend some time in this. If it's hard to do for repetitions, then just do it for time. Spend some time over here, transition over to the other side. Well, this is going to work wonders on hip flexibility, great for the glutes, great for the abdomen, great for the low back. Alternate side sitting. If it is pretty simple for you and you could sit up here and own it, then we'll take you to a tall split kneeling and add a rotation. So again, you're going to transition rolling on those hips. I don't want to kick those legs out. I want to keep everything balled up. Getting to this position here, you're going to roll up, drive up. Push those hips underneath your body. So we don't want you to be angled. You're going to keep those ribs down. Get that head as high as you can. And under control, you're going to take a nice look behind. So whatever side you transition to, that's going to be the side you're going to look at, maintaining a vertical spine. So don't be doing this to get the movement. You want to just think about that spine being a pole in the ground, and everything moves around it. Back down, transition slowly. We're up. Lock up those hips. Think about zippers on those thighs. Zip up those thighs, glutes are dialed, and take that nice look. Look as far as you can, but don't compromise your posture for how far you can look. So, side sitting, if you can own that, tall split kneeling, great movements to include into your movement circuit. And the final exercise that we're going to include into this movement circuit is going to be a squat to stand. What we're going to ask is that you're going to start with your feet a little wider than shoulder width. You're going to grab onto your toes by pushing your hips out. Some bend in the knee is okay. You're going to pull those hips down, arms stay inside the legs. Try to pull those hips and push the head up as high as you can, opening that chest. From here, you're going to feel a great sensation through the inner thighs. And now from this position, you go ahead and extend those knees and raise those hips back up and pull yourself back down. If you're able to maintain a pretty good position here and get low, then we have another set for you. If you find yourself struggling in this position and you can only get down so low, then you just keep working and trying to, if you will, grease that groove, really lubricate that body through movement. But if you're able to own this position down here and be pretty tall, take your hands in a prayer position and you're going to drive straight up. Bring it back down, pull yourself down, hands, and you're up. Okay, so really good movement there, great for the thighs, really works that squat. Moving a little bit more into that squat pattern, if you want to take it a little bit farther, you'll start in what we call a low knee position. So I'm down on my knees, hips are resting on my heels. If this is uncomfortable for you, then maybe this is just a spot for you right now. Keeping the feet pointed away from me to begin, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up, prop my toes. So you notice here, my feet are kind of angled in. Now they're gonna be a little bit outside my hips. I'm gonna pull my knees together up off of the ground in that nice squat position. And from here, you can either go back down and repeat, taking that prop position, bringing the knees up, control that movement right there. Control that movement. If you feel like you've got that, go ahead and stand up. Take it back down, knees, here. Great movement from the ankles, great movement for the knees, obviously for the hips as well, abdomen, pretty much your one-stop shop here. So starting in the low knee, prop yourselves up, pull those knees back, we'll be able to control that, and then stand up. So there you have it. All these great movements here in one circuit, keeping it pretty simple. Do these on your off days, enjoying them, having fun with it. You're gonna feel so much better through all parts of your body by just these simple movements. Be mindful when you do them. Again, control trumps everything. We want the quality over the quantity. So if the repetitions that we're giving you seem to be a little bit too much, dial it back a little bit. Build up into it. Enjoy these movements, and we'll see you next time.